Is Moco a dead game? Well, this is regarding a post I did see over on Reddit, and it reads, can a second push revive the game, or did they release the game too early, leading to a slow flame out? And then we've got an image of the trend graph from Google from March all the way to present day in May. And I just want to talk about this and go over things and why it's going to be like this, and just share my honest thoughts and opinions inside of this video. So looking at the trend graph, we've obviously got an influx in March. That is when the game got released. But obviously, you players know that are trying to play the game, it's still locked to an invite-only kind of system to play the game. You can't just go on the App Store, download it, and play away. It's still locked. And this is just my own assumptions as well in this video. I just want to say that. I haven't spoken to Supercell, gotten any info on them regarding all this. This is just my honest thoughts and opinions and assumptions in this video. But it is still locked. You can't play the game. And I think they've done that for a reason. Obviously, the most dedicated players are going to want to play the game and get a QR code to play the game. And this is where we have the influx in March, and then it's dropped off all the way to May because people can't play the game. So that is a natural downslope we've had from March all the way to present day in May. And yes, like I said, I assume the team was going to know this was going to happen. It's pretty obvious it's going to happen. New game comes out, you have some interest, fades off over time because no new players can play the game. But like, I do want to say that the dedicated players who did want to play the game, they actively went out, got QR codes. And from a personal standpoint, the people who are playing the game, I still think it has an active player base. I still think it has dedicated players playing the game and loving the game. But like we did say, the team has done this for a reason. So if we take Squad Busters, for example, and by any means, this is no shade thrown at Squad Busters. I am a Supercell creator. I want to see every Supercell game succeed. But I'm just using this as an example, and I think it got released. It was being released in beta, and then in a month's time, it was going global. The game was fully released global in a month's period, which is quite a short period for testing games, especially for a brand new Supercell game. So I think with Moco, they just want to do it differently because Squad Busters came out so quick, and it was in a bit of hot water. We all know that. And they've just recently released a new update for Squad Busters, which has completely revamped the game. It's like a total different game. If you guys have played it recently, it's like a complete new game. So I think personally, the Moco team have done things this way to avoid doing such things with Moco in the future, just as Squad Busters has done. So they've rolled out this invite-only system. They've got a little player base. They can gather feedback from the players who are actively playing the game. And then, as we know, Chapter 2 is just around the corner. That's coming in June, just in a few weeks. They can implement some of the feedback they've gathered from the community. Who knows? Maybe in Chapter 2 we're going to see more QR codes being rolled out there and more new players joining the game when they've improved it a little bit. And then going back to this trend screen, you'll see this trend screen go back up. This trend screen will have a peak again. So it's dipped off now all the way to May. And then in June, if you go back to Google Trends and look at the trend screen, it will have another spike when Chapter 2 drops. And that's if they don't roll the game out fully global in June, because then you'll just see the trend screen continuously going up, in my opinion. So I do think from a personal standpoint, this is why the team have done it this way with the QR codes, so they can get a small player base, do some changes, make the game better, release it to some more players, get some more feedback, implement a few more changes, improve the game even more, and then when they feel as though it's at a point it can be released fully global, so you don't need this invite system to join the game, that's when we'll see the big influx in players, and we'll see the increase on the trend screen on this Google trend graph. But also, if we take a look at the latest KPI as well, in the first paragraph it does read, on March 18th we launched Moco as an invite-only game. While many describe that as a bold marketing strategy to generate FOMO, some sort of virality, well, we can't say it didn't cross our minds. Our main intention was to invite our most dedicated, motivated and passionate fans to play the game before everyone else, and the invite system was one way to achieve it. There were other ways, but this one feels right to us. We didn't restrict anyone geographically or by device or by any other more or less arbitrary restrictions. Anyone at least slightly motivated to find an invite at this point has already found a way. Since then, we've been collecting lots of feedback from many different sources. Massive thank you to everyone. Reddit, Discord, social media, creators, in-game surveys, with one and only goal in mind, to improve our beloved game to the point where it feels right to scale. So in sum, our main priority is go crazy on marketing, and a tick, improve major issues. And this actually goes back to my point I was saying about Squad Busters. They sort of done it the other way around. They spent a lot of money on marketing, I'm assuming, heavily marketed game, advertised everywhere. I mean, they even had Chris Hemsworth in one of the game's ads to advertise this game. I mean, it was a big marketing campaign for Squad Busters. And like I said before, we all know it didn't do as well as they were hoping, I can assume, because obviously they've had a revamp of the game and a massive overhaul of the game. And it's a brand new game now. So it's the complete opposite with Squad Busters. So I think the Moco team, I want them to do it the complete opposite way around with this game this time around, which is a good thing in my opinion, because I mean, we'd rather have a slow rollout of the game and it be absolutely more or less perfect, and then a rush version of the game and we're getting update after update after update, trying to catch itself up to get itself where it needs to be. So to answer the question, no, Moco isn't dead. It hasn't been given a chance yet. The game isn't released fully global. So these trend screens don't really mean anything as of yet. So I think the team has done a genius move releasing the game the way they have, because logically speaking, the most dedicated players are actually playing the game now because they got the QR code. So therefore, they're going to offer really valuable feedback. And then the team can use this feedback to build the game up and get it where they need to be to launch it out fully global. And when that day comes, that's when they're probably going to go with the marketing campaigns and the advertisement and everything. And that's when the Google trend screen is going to go up in popularity and it's going to keep going up and up and up.